Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time to check out a new game called While True Learn. I would call it a logic puzzle game, but my suggestion is we're gonna dive right into it and check it out together. I'm gonna call myself Nathan, naturally. Hello friend. As you can see, at the moment the game is still in development. However, I should still be able to show you the nature of the game and whether or not it might be something for you. Now with puzzle games it's always a little bit delicate. I'm gonna try to show you a lot of the functionality, and in the process of course I'm gonna give away the first few puzzles. I'm gonna skip the story attached to the puzzles completely, so at least I won't spoil that. And I'm only gonna go as far as needed in order to explain everything. So let's accept our first job right here. What we essentially have to do is we have to bring these blues and reds over to their respective locations on the right. Right here in this side window, I have all of my programming functionalities. Now in the beginning, I only have the expert system available to me. What I can do is I can decide what goes on top and everything else goes in the bottom. So for instance, we chose red on top. Then of course we want to grab all of these items. We want to bring them over to the red and everything else to the blue because we have nothing else. If we do a test run right here, we can see the simulation in progress. We can also speed it up a little bit if we want to. Right here we have to have 100% accuracy, and you can see how many items we have to load up in order to end this level. There's always a cost associated in terms of server costs in relation to how long your design takes. So $2 times 21 seconds of course results in $42. There's also a time limit, as you can see, but this one was of course pretty easy. Let's go ahead and release it. Except it's gonna go through the simulation one more time so we can speed this up. Et voila, we completed the project and we actually got $258 from that. So 300 was the initial reward and we used $42 for our servers. Let's go ahead and have a look at the next job. Now we already have a second item right here, the trash can. And of course this is going to be necessary in order to trash out the blue items. So if we use this system right here, then we can say red goes here and everything else goes to the bottom slot. However, we only want green and we want to sort out blue. So let's go ahead and add another one of those. And this time we're going to choose green. This is going to go right there. The green output is going to go here because we need the green, and everything else is going to go into the trash can. Let's go ahead and do a test run just to be sure that we haven't done anything wrong. We can see everything that's blue goes into the trash can and everything else is being filled up. So that seems to be working. Let's go ahead and release it. Filling up my 15 items, and you can see as soon as we're done, this has also been a success. We spent 28 seconds on that actually. That might be improvable later on, once we have more modules. But we did get more money, so that's cool. Let's go ahead and look at the next puzzle. Now, we actually have custom nodes available to us, which is pretty cool because everything we've done previously, we now have in a module that is a lot quicker. So for instance here, we divide up red with everything else. So only red goes through and everything else goes to the bottom. So if you remember our first design, all we have to do is right there, red goes here and everything else goes into the trash can because we only need red. And this way you can actually make really complex designs later on because you can use everything you've done previously in just one single module, and very often that is much quicker. Let's do a test run just so that we can see, yeah, blue and green are going towards the bottom and the red is going towards the top. There we go. And what did we get? $391. Not too bad, not too bad. We already have $1,142, so maybe we can actually buy something with that. No, we have to get to task 10 to actually unlock this random forest, which is one of the greatest modules that is gonna be a little bit of a game changer. I might do a couple of puzzles off camera until I can unlock this module, but let's do one more together. Let's see what this has in store for us. We have a new thingy-majingy right here. This time we have not only an else statement, but we can choose two colors. Let's also have a look at our custom nodes, because here we have a new module without blue. We have an only red module we could use, so maybe that is the best decision. This takes 1 second. We could also have used the expert system, to be honest with you, but let's just see what happens right here. I know what this is going to be. We actually ran out of time for this because it is going too slow. That's interesting. So what we have to do is we actually have to use the decision tree color, which is new because it only takes 0.3 seconds. So we can use up to 3 modules and we would still be faster than the expert system. However, all we really need is 2 of them, because now we can say red, for instance, goes up top and then green goes at the bottom. And if we do that, then we're gonna have a problem with blue. Now, reds are always going to be on top and green's always at the bottom, but the blue, since it does not have an output slot, is going to be randomly distributed amongst one of these slots. So let's go ahead and actually use 2 more of these modules, and the red is going right here, the green is going right here. Now we only have to sort out the blue. So here we're going to have red and blue, so we want to sort out the blue at the bottom, and here we're going to have green and blue. The red, of course, is going right there, and oh, actually, we do not really have to use this, do we? Because everything else we want to trash, right? So we could just go ahead and build a trash can and do this and that. Only the reds are going to be on top, and it's actually taking 0.6 seconds in order to do that. Let's go ahead and do a test run, just to be sure. And we should be faster than this. Look at that, we even had 3 or 4 seconds left. Next project, we got $502 from that. That's actually not too shabby. Let's do the next one right away. This time we're being introduced into the shapes. So shapes and colors are also going to be mixed at some points. We have a new functionality, the sift. And of course we can sift through the various shapes. At the moment in the output, we want the triangles only. So let's go ahead, choose the triangles. And you know, this is fairly self-evident what we have to do. It's with shapes instead of colors. The triangles go on the top and everything else goes into the trash can. Let's test run this. And we can see this is perfectly working so far. It does take a while, so 1.25 seconds is a long time to sift through everything. But we did make it, so let's go ahead and release this one as well. $574 for this one, thank you very much. Now we also got new stuff available here. For instance, we have a startup. Tatari. Let's go ahead and read this. No, actually, you can read this for yourself. What we want to do is have a look at it. So this is the startup. What we want to do is use maybe as few modules as possible, but do it as quickly as possible as well. So I think the speed is more important. What we want to do is sort out red and blue. In the custom nodes, we have everything we created so far. If we choose only red, the blues would be destroyed though. Look at that, we actually have now a only red, which takes 1 second, and an only red fast, which takes 0.3 seconds. How about we choose one of those, and then we sort out blue at the bottom. Do we have an only blue? Probably not, just a without blue. But in this case, the blue would be destroyed. So maybe let's go back 1 node and we are gonna choose the decision tree color because that goes the quickest. We don't really need this one because I'm gonna need the decision tree colors anyway. So let's just attempt it this way. We're gonna sort out red at the top here as well. So only red goes in here. Then we're gonna sort out the blue at the bottom. So blue goes here, and then green we want to destroy. So right here, green, destroy. We build a trash can. Both of these are gonna be hooked up, and the blue goes to its output slot. So let's do a test run of that and just see, you know, how things are moving along. Yeah, so we still have 100% accuracy, which is great. Green is being destroyed, and it is fairly quickly. You know, it takes like 0.6 seconds for 1 cycle. Yeah, not entirely sure, but we're gonna release it and accept. There we go. Now, hopefully we're gonna make some income with this guy. We can see how many users we have. We can see how much we make per week with this, and we have the current overload, which means we would have to make it faster. We can always patch it, of course, if we want to. Great stuff. Okay, let's continue with the next job. This time we have to sort out 3 shapes, and we have a new thingy-majingy here, the Mark 1 Perceptron. Of course, this is fairly self-explanatory and easy, so I don't think it hurts to show this on camera. We just have to match the shapes. This is basically just to, you know, make a point here. I think we can launch it right away. Actually, stop. There are several shapes going into this direction. Ah, there's an error margin here. Okay, interesting. I did not expect that, really. All we have to do is have a 40%... Oh, this doesn't look good, does it? Are we gonna hit the 40%? No, we ran out of time. Okay, I have one more idea. Of course, this is gonna be a lot more expensive, but maybe we have some more accuracy because we are running it through a couple of these systems. Now it says error 20%. What is that supposed to mean, actually? I don't understand. It just switched to 20% and now it seems to be working. So let's release it, why the heck not? But this gave us only $101. What you gonna do? Our startup actually is giving us a little bit of income. We have 117 users and 0% overload, so we should be good. Alright, I think I'm gonna skip this puzzle. This seems to be one that doesn't necessarily need to be spoiled. I'm gonna be right back with the next one. You know what? I think this module might have gotten better because I trained it with the test run a little bit. Could be. Completed, and we got another $455. Thank you. Mail from parents. Read. Yes. Take the cash. Thank you. Don't care what you told me. Actually, I did read it, but you know. Okay, this one is actually a little bit more tricky because we have to distribute the green in 2 slots and we only have this decision tree color available to us. But I guess that's something we should be able to do. Let's first go ahead and divide up the red. I guess we need 2 of these nodes in order to do that. So red is gonna go here. And then I guess we're gonna do another one for the blue because that is also on the top. Blue goes right there. We want to sort out the green here at the bottom and the green here as well. And now we kind of have to distribute them. We know that only green comes out here of the bottoms. So what we could do, for instance, is bring them both to the same node and then choose green for both of them and kind of distribute them in the 2 slots. Should be working, right? Let's do the test first. But I still want to show you what's up with the shop, for instance. We want to purchase our first item. So 3 more tasks we have to do for that. Now we have actually a very practical module, which is servers. So this is just the introductory level to it. Basically, it is a thing that lets us divide up 1 slot into 2. So we can release this. Let's actually do the test run. I'm just scared I'm doing something wrong. No, that's okay. Release and go. We got lots of money already at the moment. And let me see. Is there anything unlocked yet? I don't think so. No, task 10. So back to work. Now we have to distribute them in 4 slots and I'm pretty sure every one of you could have done that very easily. That's not one of the hardest puzzles. And go. Actually, do we have custom nodes? Ah, we have 2 parallels. So maybe we actually don't have enough time for this. Oh, no. This is going really quickly. So what we're producing here is a 4 parallel module. We already have 2 parallels, you can see, so I don't have to even build this anymore. Pretty high server cost, but of course we did get more money for it. Okay, last task before we can actually go ahead and purchase the new module. We want only reds here. Do we have our custom nodes from before? We should have an only red, which is quick, but okay, just 25 seconds. This is not gonna be fast enough here. So if I choose only red, my module from before, and we do a test run, then this is most certainly not going to be fast enough. Yeah, we can already tell. So we have to make it quicker then. Let's see, what if we went ahead and actually did 4 parallel, for instance? So now we have 4 streams every 0.05 seconds of items coming out of here. And I'm really tempted to use this only red thing, but it's 1 second. So what if we divide this up even more? So if I divide 1 second by, 20, we cannot have 20 of these modules. 0.5 seconds is just so quick. We still have our expert system, actually. I totally didn't see that. Of course, the expert system is what we are supposed to be using, though it does take 1 second as well. So that's a shame. But let's see what we can do if we just do that and trash everything else. Trash goes here. The top row, of course, goes into the red slot. And then everything else goes into the trash can. Let's see if that is actually fast enough here. Yeah, you can see it is definitely taking up a lot of slots here. We're not gonna make it in time. Oh, we did make it in time because we only needed 30 red cubes. Okay, that is good to know. Can we do it again? Yes, perfect. Another 500 bucks for us, almost. And now we should be able to purchase our first module, the random forest, which is great. Here we have 3 slots to divide things up. It does take 1.4 seconds though, but let's just purchase it nonetheless. We can also see our startup is working pretty phenomenally at the moment, so I don't think we have to patch it. let's just continue with the shebang and hope for the best. Ah, look at this. Here we can actually use modules from before. We can use the only red fast, and we could use 2 parallels right there. So here we destroy green and blue, and then of course we divide the stream up into 2 reds. Let's test run this server. Only red goes through, and the modules do take a very short time, but we didn't make it in time actually. What if we made this a little bit faster by making 2 parallels out of this? Let's actually disconnect everything here. Is this still connected? Yes. And then we want to do 2 only red fast. So we are doing this doubly as fast, right? Only 2 red, and then we go 2 parallel again. Or we could just go ahead and do that and that. Yes, I like that. Test run. Let's see how that does. Looking good. Yeah, we did complete the test like that. Perfect. We do have another startup going for us, the self-driving car. Let's actually go ahead and do that. Ah, here we have to match shapes and colors for the first time, so maybe the random forest is gonna come in handy. What we want to do is probably sort out the shapes first of all. Do we have a lot of time? I don't know. I think the time is unlimited in the startups, but of course it is gonna make you less profitable. So on the top row, I want to sort out the circles. We could actually do that with Sift because we only need circles, right? And it is a little bit faster. So only circles go on the top slot, and everything else we can trash directly, I would say. Next we want the red on the top and the green at the bottom. Easy enough. We could use an expert system. Yeah, I think the random forest is not for this level. So red goes on top, everything else goes at the bottom, and we should be good, right? Oh, actually not. We still have the blue in the mix, naturally. So we do need another expert system with blue. No, actually with green. Green goes right there. This goes right here. And then everything else goes into the trash can as well. Let's do a test run and see what happens. Every circle should go towards the top, and then the blues should be trashed and the greens and reds should move on. So the system does look rather slow, I have to confess, but let's just go ahead and release it and see what happens with it. Okay, right here, I think I'm gonna make use of the random forest. We need red and green on the top and red and blue at the bottom. So let's go ahead and do the green here on the top and the blue at the bottom. And the red I'm also gonna sort out in a third line. We're gonna hook up the green to this one because that's clear. Same thing with the blue. That means we only have to sort out the red. And I guess we could, for instance, divide it up into streams and bring them to each of these output slots. So yeah, I think you get the basic gist. Now, we might not have enough time for this. Actually, we most certainly do not have enough time for this. So unfortunately, I still don't get to use my random forest. Well, let's try it this way then. We're gonna sort out 2 of these guys, and then we're gonna use the decision tree color, of course. We're gonna sort out red. Let me see, we're gonna need some of those. Let's do red on the top, red on the top again. Here at the bottom, we're gonna sort out green. So green goes right there. This should be green, and then we want to sort out the blue. The blue is going right there. Green is going here, and then red we have to divide up again so we can distribute them to the top and bottom output slot. Let's do a test run with this, and hopefully this is gonna go a lot faster now. Still not fast enough. Okay, slowly but surely it gets more challenging, as you can see. Let me actually try something crazy with 4 parallels this time. Oh, actually I messed up a little bit. We could do it doubly as fast. We could add the same exact system, but for the bottom slot of our division. So right here, red and green, this should be red and blue, and this should be green and blue. This goes right there, and then we have, let me see, we can actually bring this right here. This should be fast enough. But blue goes right there, green goes here, and blue goes here. Okay, now we should be doubly as fast. Let's see if that actually helped. 5, 3, 2, wow, these are fast seconds. Jesus. Okay, let me do the same thing, but this time we're gonna do it with a division of 4. So we have 4 parallels. This is gonna be insane. I need some space here. Et voila! We got the same exact thing, but this time I copied it with the 4 parallels, and hopefully this is gonna give us a lot of speed. Oh no. Don't tell me it's not enough yet. It's not enough yet because we need double the red items in this slot. Ah, okay, so I can see the problem now. So what if we got rid of that first of all? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 red slots. So what if we only made one red slot go to the top and the other 3 are gonna go to the bottom? Let's do a test run right here. Is stuff happening? Yes, okay, there we go. The 15 are filling up and the 30 are filling up. Urgh, that was close. Ah, there we go. I think I did not have some modules connected here at the bottom. I'm not sure what I was thinking there, but there we go, we got it. Though we're spending a lot on server costs. I take that, still, we got lots of cash from it. Let's also see how our startups are doing. Ah, not bad. I'm making profits from both of them. The Tatari startup actually got a little bit worse, and here we have a little bit of overload. But yeah, I think with that out of the way, I don't want to give any more puzzles away. We are already at puzzle 13, still in early access. I assume there are still lots of puzzles left. It is also extremely cheap on Steam at the moment. So if you're interested in these types of games, it might be something for you. I'll leave the decision to you. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a great time and see you soon. Bye bye.